Let's fly with Captain Tappers.
Good morning to this pre-flight briefing at the crazy hour of 5:15 AM. Who let the band in? Looking at the weather forecast for the London area, we have a 2-knot wind and predominantly clear skies, though there are a few showers towards the northeast. For our flight plan, we will be cruising at flight level 180, 169 nautical miles, 1 hour flight time. We will be departing from gate 11, along the taxiway past the baggage facility, turning onto Echo onto the main runway, scary, then along Kilo, around Mike, and then onto runway 27. Here's our SID for today, departing London City, moving up towards Brookman's Park, and the flight level we need to be at is 3,000 feet. Well, I've had my breakfast and I've done the walk around, so it's now time to get into the cockpit. Nice and fresh in here. Cleaning guys have done a stellar job. Let's start by turning on the external power, and also the main batteries and avionics.
Hey Captain, I'm Sharon and it's my first day with Tappers Airways. If there's anything I can do for you, then please don't hesitate to ask.
Well, welcome aboard, Sharon. Welcome to Tappers Airways.
Captain, we are ready for boarding.
Great, let's get this show on the road.
Hello.
So many switches. Now where's my flying manual? Only joking. Alright, nav light on. These on as well.
Welcome aboard.
And now the seatbelt sign.
Hi.
Right, what's next? Oh, I know. Yep, the altimeter. Let's do that. Altimeter is set.
Welcome.
Let's turn off the external power and double check the current weather.
Let me take that for you.
London City Airport information, Romeo 0707 Zulu, wind calm, visibility 15, sky condition, no clouds below 20,000, temperature 20, dew point 12, altimeter 3012, ILS, runway 27 in use, landing and departing runway 27. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise.
No real change from our pre-flight briefing this morning.
City round Tappers 001 is type IFR Leeds ready to copy. Tappers 001 is cleared to Leeds Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain altitude 6,000. Departure frequency is 119.725 squawk 762 treat. Tappers 001 cleared to Leeds Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain altitude 6,000. Departure on 119.725 squawk 762 treat. Tappers 001 correct. Contact ground on 121.825.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already done so, please stow your carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead locker. Please take your seat and fasten your seat belt. Also, make sure your seat back and folding trays are in their full upright position. If you are seated next to an emergency exit, please read carefully the special instructions card located in the seat pocket in front of you. If you do not wish to perform the functions described in the event of an emergency, please ask a flight attendant to reseat you. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is prohibited on the entire aircraft, including the lavatory. Tampering with, disabling or destroying the lavatory smoke detectors is prohibited by law. If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask me. Thank you.
Fuel and flight plan, A-OK?
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
City round Tappers 001 with information Romeo. Request taxi IFR. Tappers 001 taxi holding point for runway 27 via taxiway Delta Kilo Mike. Contact tower on 118.4 when ready. Taxi holding point for runway 27 via taxiway Delta Kilo Mike. Tappers 001
Good morning everybody from the flight deck and welcome on board this Tappers Airways flight to Leeds Bradford. Our flight time this morning will be around an hour or so. Good day for flying with calm winds and predominantly clear blue skies. In the cabin for your comfort, but primarily and more importantly for your safety, is our colleague Sharon, who will give you a demonstration of the equipment used on the Beechcraft B1900D aircraft. I would very much appreciate if you can give her your full attention as she does this, as it is important and is for the safety of everybody on board our flight. Please do also follow any instructions Sharon gives you in the unlikely event of an emergency situation. If you'd like to sit back, relax, and I'll hand over to Sharon. Thank you. That's the captain bit done. Now just watch out for the mad white van drivers.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed with the safety demonstration, please ensure all portable electronic devices are in flight safe mode. The cabin crew must be informed immediately if any electronic device is damaged, hot, produces smoke, is lost or falls into the seat structure. My name is Sharon and I'm your chief flight attendant today. I'm on board for your comfort, but primarily for your safety. May I now have your attention as we demonstrate our safety procedures and equipment. The emergency exits and brace position to be adopted in the event of an emergency are shown on the safety card which is in the seat pocket in front of you. In the unlikely event of evacuation, proceed immediately to your nearest exit. The exits on board are located 2 in front of the cabin, 1 either side, and 2 over wing exits, 1 either side in the middle of the cabin. Please take a moment to locate the nearest exit, which may be behind you. If you are instructed to leave the aircraft urgently, the emergency floor guidance system will guide you to the nearest exit. You must leave all your belongings behind. The seatbelt is fastened, adjusted and unfastened like this. Your life jacket is under your seat. If required, remove the jacket from its container and pass it over your head, cross the tapes at the back and tie underneath the jacket in a double knot. Do not inflate until you are outside the aircraft. The jacket is inflated by pulling the red toggles downwards. Should it need more air, blow into this tube. It has a light and a whistle. We also carry children's flotation equipment. In preparation for takeoff, please ensure that your seat belts are fastened. Tray tables and seat backs are upright with the armrests down and hand luggage is placed under the seat in front of you. May we remind you we operate a non-smoking policy. We wish you a pleasant flight.
There are no warning indicators on the flight panel, so it's time to do the flight control check. Full left, full right, up, down, rudder, left, right, control check complete. I will gradually increase the power, very slowly. Don't want to be shooting off into a building now, do I? And mind the mad van drivers. So, relatively straightforward to get to the runway, following this taxiway all the way down, and then onto the main runway. Due to the current ongoing situation, not many departures today, so the airport is very quiet indeed. The passengers have been holed up for 2 weeks, so they are absolutely fine, and I've been holed up for many more than 2 weeks. Regular viewers to the channel will notice some changes from this video onwards. The first one is that we now have the pre-flight briefing, flap set, that takes place in the airport, not in the cockpit of the plane with me struggling to find charts and maps. And the second change is that we have a new flight attendant for today. Her name is Sharon. I'm sure you'll give her a very warm welcome. Don't worry, LMA is still employed by Tappers Airways. She's taken a well-deserved break and staying in London for a few weeks. She will rejoin us later on in the tour. I've just realised I should have gone down Delta. Whoops. Okay, well, it's going to be Echo then, isn't it? First mistake, and we haven't even left the ground yet. Well, it looks like we're having a race with a white van over there. So we're going to turn here. Hang on. This is Delta. Well, that's bizarre. According to the airport map, it said Echo. I'm confused. Well, this is the right one, so I'm going to take it. This will take us onto the main runway. Let's look left. nothing coming. It's all clear. Very bizarre. Perhaps the map of the airport is out of date. Interesting. If you do have any thoughts or comments about the pre-flight briefing, I can't say that. It's a tongue twister. Pre-flight briefing. Say that after you've had a few beers. Yeah, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. I mean, I'm trying to learn about navigation and charts, so I thought it would be good to put the SID for the airport. Of course, the ATC is going to give us a slightly different altitude, but I think it's a good learning curve for me. There is also one other change for this video, but I'm not going to tell you where it is, so see if you can spot the difference. What a lovely day for flying. Can't beat it. So not only am I learning, well, allegedly learning to fly, but also doing the video editing side, which has been frustrating at times, but hopefully I'm getting there and the results can be seen in the videos. Turning right onto Kilo. Past the glorious River Thames. This airport must be a complete nightmare to manage, what with having to use the runway to taxi down to the end before you can take off. Now passing Lima. And this must be Mike. Oh, better test the brakes. Yep, brakes are fine. Once I've asked for permission to take off, I will give you the glorious wing view. And as per usual, it will be a rolling start.
City Tower, Tappers 001 ready to go. Runway 27, IFR Leeds. Tappers 001 cleared for takeoff. Runway 27, surface wind calm. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 27, Tappers 001 tree.
Well, I hope that you enjoyed that departure, and as we say goodbye to London, all the high-rise buildings, the Gherkin I can just see over there, just passing through 2,000 feet on our way to 3,000. Autopilot is now engaged. This appears to be quite a funky departure. I'm guessing you have to steer clear of places like the Houses of Parliament and everything. That's why it sort of routes you round before actually leaving London itself. Going through 2,800. As the ATC has cleared us to 6,000, I'm going to climb initially to 6,000 feet, and from there it should allow us to climb to probably 12,000, I would have thought. Looking at the GPS, we have nearly doubled back on ourselves, so we should be able to see London City Airport to our right. And there is London City Airport.
Mall, Oscar, Quebec, November, yours 500 miles northwest, turn left heading 0905, descend and maintain altitude 7,000, expect vectors visual, runway 21, approach. Turn left heading 0905, descend altitude 7,000, expect vectors visual, runway 21, approach. Mall, Oscar, Quebec, November.
I'm expecting to hear more GA aircraft in the skies this morning, as restrictions have been lifted for those.
Mall, Oscar, Quebec, November. Contact Northolt approach on 126.45. 126.45 for Mall, Oscar, Quebec, November.
There are a few tube liners in the sky as well, but not many.
Heathrow approach. H Golf, X-ray, Yankee Golf, Yankee, set 5,300, climbing to altitude 12,000.
H Golf, X-ray, Yankee Golf, Yankee, Heathrow approach. Roger, altimeter 3010.
Now heading north. Let's engage the yaw dampener. I have been thinking about getting another aircraft, probably another turboprop, but I'm not quite sure which one, so if you have any suggestions, if you could put them in the comments below, that would be awesome. It's definitely not time for a jet, not yet.
Yankee Golf, Yankee, contact Wittering approach on 123.3.
Changing to 123.3, Yankee Golf, Yankee, goodbye.
Tappers 0013, climb altitude 12,000. Climb altitude 12,000. Tappers 0013.
Setting to 12,000.
Tappers 0013, contact Newton approach on 128.75.
And acknowledge.
Over to 128.75, Tappers 0013, thanks, bye-bye. Lieutenant approach, Tappers 0013 is climbing through 6,400 for altitude 12,000. Tappers 0013, Lieutenant approach, roger, altimeter 3011.
Going back to our future aircraft, one of the criteria would be not only it holds, I don't know, 40 or 50 passengers, but also that it flies in more of a crosswind of like 18 knots, as this is the third time I've tried to fly this. It was cancelled on the other times because it's just too windy, and flying this in winds of more than 20 knots is not much fun. Of course I could cheat and just use either no weather at all or have it set to clear skies, but of course, where is the fun in that? And as I mentioned in my last video, Tappers Airways is now on social media. Yep, we have finally joined the 21st century and are on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll put the links in the description below. It would be great if you could follow me on there for behind the scenes content, And a big thank you to the 50 people that have followed me on Instagram. I really appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are climbing towards our cruise altitude. Please remain seated and keep your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is turned off. Thank you.
Please do feel free to like and comment on the video. I really love reading your comments, even the bad ones. And if you haven't done so already, I would really appreciate it if you can subscribe to the channel too. If you click the little notification bell, you'll get a notification every time I post a video, which granted hasn't been that regular, but things are definitely improving. I would like to take this opportunity to give a special shout out to a really good friend of mine. He has his own YouTube channel. His channel name is Frickerfur, and he's about to start a new series of FS Passengers. This is a great little add-on that allows you to run your own airline. A bit like Tappers Airways in a way. He produces some amazing content, so please do check him out. I'll pop a link to his channel in the description below. Just passing 9,500.
Tappers 001 contact London control on 118.475. 118.475, Tappers 001.
Contacting London Control.
London Control Tappers 001 is at 9,800, climbing altitude 12,000. Tappers 001 London Control, roger, altimeter 3010.
As we pass 10,000 feet, we can turn off the seatbelts and turn off the landing lights too.
The seatbelt sign has been turned off. You are free to move about the cabin. However, we encourage you to remain seated with your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. It is now safe for you to use your portable electronic devices.
A few more clouds, but generally pretty good visibility. Coming up towards 11,000 feet.
In a few moments, I'll be passing through the cabin to offer you hot or cold drinks as well as breakfast. Alcohol drinks are also available and are of course free of charge. Compliments of the captain.
Hope I get one too. I fancy a nice coffee and a bacon sandwich.
Tappers 001, climb and maintain flight level 180.
Acknowledge.
Climb and maintain flight level 180, Tappers 001.
So we are now cleared to our cruising altitude of flight level 180. Should take us about 6 minutes or so. As you can see, there are a few planes in the sky, and we are about 30 minutes from our arrival at Leeds Bradford. And while we're here, let's get the frequency for our approach to runway 14, and it's 110.900. Tuning to 110.900. Frequency is set, and I'll bring you back once we get into the cruise. Welcome back. Let's check the weather at Leeds Bradford. Tuning to 122.02.
Echo Golf November Mike Airport information Quebec 0725 Zulu weather wind 161 at 6 visibility 10 sky clear temperature 25 dew point 9 QNH 1018 advice on initial contact you have information Quebec Echo Golf November Mike.
Just a 6 knot wind and clear skies. Sounds pretty good to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seat belt is securely fastened and all carry-on luggage is stowed underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead lockers. Thank you.
Welcome back. We were in a cruise for about 15 minutes or so. And speaking of our destination today, here are some facts about Leeds Bradford. Leeds Bradford Airport is 7 miles northwest of the city of Leeds and 9 miles from Bradford city centre. It is the highest in elevation terms, standing at 681 feet above sea level. The following airlines use Leeds Bradford Airport: Aer Lingus, Eastern Airways, Jet2, KLM, Ryanair and TUI. Leeds Airport carried nearly 4 million passengers in 2019. Some facts about Leeds. The oldest flying aeroplane in Britain was made in Leeds. The Blackburn Type D was a one-seat, single-engine monoplane built by Robert Blackburn and is still flying 100 years on. The X-ray was made in Leeds. William Henry Bragg and his son, William Lawrence Bragg, discovered the structure of crystals used in X-ray technology at the University of Leeds. The UK's last gaslit cinema can be found in Leeds. Opened in 1914, the Hyde Park Picture House is still doing business today. The mousetrap was also invented in Leeds by James Henry Atkinson. He had mice trouble back in 1913 and came up with the invention.
Ryanair 1927, you're at 300, below your assigned altitude. Turn right, heading 285, proceed on course, climb flight level 350. Turn right, heading 285, resume on navigation, climb flight level 350, Ryanair 1927.
Just descending through 14,000. Still looks pretty nice out there. Hey, I've just realised, where's my cup of tea and my bacon sandwich? We will be spending 3 weeks in Leeds and then we move on to Luton. Now Luton Airport is about 90 minutes from where I live, but it's also one of the airports I've actually been to quite a few times, so it'll be nice to revisit. Should be about another 20 minutes or so and then we'll be on the ground. Of course, Leeds Bradford is an airport that I've never been to before, so again, I'm hoping I can find the gate.
Manchester Control, Air Berlin 7008 with you.
Air Berlin 7008, Manchester Control, roger.
One day, it's going to go horribly wrong and I'm going to get completely lost, ending up at the wrong gate. How embarrassing will that be? I'm amazed it hasn't happened yet. What I've decided to do for this flight is also ditch the ATC for the approach, because it will send me on this weird zigzag pattern rather than me keeping to my flight plan. By me doing this, I should be able to shave about 10 minutes off my flight. Passengers will be happy. I use less fuel as well. Never done it before, so I'm going to follow the flight plan until we get pretty close and then manually fly the arrival. That's the plan.
Mike Echo Charlie. You are 902 miles north. Turn left heading 205. Descend and maintain altitude 16,000. Expect vectors ILS. Runway 23. Approach. Turn left heading 205. Descend and maintain altitude 16,000. Expect vectors ILS. Runway 23. Approach. Each Mike Echo Charlie.
Descending through 11,500. And the scenery today for Leeds is of course UK 2000, my go-to company for all airports UK related. There is confirmation that I've tuned in the correct frequency for our ILS approach.
Ryanair 1927, you're 300 below your assigned altitude. Turn right heading 280, resume on navigation. Climb flight level 350. Turn right heading 280, resume on navigation. Climb and maintain flight level 350. Ryanair 1927.
Time to fasten those seatbelts, passengers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please return to your seat and refasten your seatbelt.
Ryanair 1927, descend flight level 220. Descend and maintain flight level 220. Ryanair 1927.
Welcome back. We are just descending through 8,000 feet now. Hopefully through the last of these clouds for a nice clear approach. When making these videos, I aim for a running time of between 45 and 50 minutes. Is that too long for you guys? Would you like it shorter or would you like it longer? I mean, I'm happy to do it either way. Mainly I cut out a bit of the cruise if it's a long flight or a flight of over an hour, so I do cut some bits out. But yeah, please do let me know what you would like me to do for future flights. With our UK tour, generally the flights are anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Of course, if you want me to do the full flight, what am I going to talk about for the whole flight? Don't know. Give me some ideas. Well, as you can see, the airport is directly to the north of us, so I now need to be bearing left. And I'm going to set our altitude to 2,500. So far, it's looking pretty good. I'm glad there's not much wind about. It makes flying so much easier. Keeping an eye on our speed, we are about 200 knots. We need to start reducing that before setting stage 1 flaps. And then once we are on approach, I'll actually request permission to land, because I haven't done that yet. And looking at the map, the green lines on the other side of the runway, that's our approach vector. So it gives me a good idea of where I need to be. The airport will be on our right hand side currently. It's over there somewhere. Set first stage of flaps. Speed reducing to 180. It's just gone 8 AM, so we are on time. Let's have another look at the GPS. Let's turn right 90 degrees to begin our base leg. It's going to be a pretty short base leg, 2 to 3 miles, that's all. Let's ask for permission to land.
Leeds Tower, Tappers 001 is 11 miles west with Echo to land. Tappers 001 Leeds Tower, continue runway 14, altimeter 3006. Continue runway 14, Tappers 001.
We have about 2 miles to go before we turn right for our final approach. Speed is down to 160 knots. Now 140 knots. Let's begin our turn to final. And you can just see in the distance Leeds Bradford Airport. ILS is active, so let's hit approach. Glide slope is also active. Second stage of flaps now set. Ideally I want a speed of around 120 knots.
Tappers 001 cleared to land, runway 14. Cleared to land, runway 14, Tappers 001.
Gear down. Three green.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now about to land. Please remain seated until the seatbelt sign has been turned off.
Time for me to be quiet and let you enjoy the landing.
1900.
Not the best, but not the worst either. 6 out of 10, I think, for that.
Tappers 001 tree, contact ground on 120 decimal tree.
So let's contact ground.
Over 2120 decimal tree, Tappers 001 tree, goodbye. Leeds ground, Tappers 001 tree, request taxi to stand. Tappers 001 tree, taxi to stand 22, using taxiway November, Delta, November. Taxiing to stand 22 via taxiway November, Delta, November, Tappers 001 tree.
Gate 22 is on the far side of the airport, right away from the terminal. You couldn't get any further away. I suppose what more would I expect? We pay the cheapest amount for landing fees.
Welcome to Leeds Bradford. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft comes to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is switched off. Before leaving the aircraft, please ensure you have all items of personal hand luggage, checking your seat pockets, the overhead lockers and also the area around your seat. Do take care when opening the overhead lockers as items may have moved in flight. Please continue to observe the non-smoking sign. May I remind you that within accordance to the UK law, smoking is not permitted within any public buildings. Please take care when disembarking the aircraft steps as they may be slippery and narrow than you are used to. The handrail should be used. Hand luggage held securely and any passengers with small children should hold their hand. Mobile phones and portable electronic devices may be used in aircraft mode once the doors have been opened. On behalf of Captain Tappers and myself, we hope you have enjoyed your flight with us today and we look forward to welcoming you on board Tappers Airways again soon.
Now I think it's up here on the right hand side. I know it's not to the left. Just slow it down a little bit. That's showing us stand 20 straight ahead, so stand 22 must be to the right. I believe this is stand 22, so let's park it here. No minibus for the passengers, they'll have to walk to the terminal. Set parking brake. Engines off. Let the stampede begin.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Set all the switches to off.
Have a nice trip. Thanks a lot.
Generators and battery set to off.
It's been a pleasure. Captain, all passengers have left the plane.
Thank you. So as a special thank you for you guys that have made it to the end, here's a little montage of our flight today. Thanks again for joining me on board Tappers Airways flight to Leeds Bradford today. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and take care.